Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and we're continuing on with our tournament playthrough. We're working on the Flashy Crumpin' Challenge League. So this is the first tournament after the Orc buffs. We're playing on the feeding ground, so I'm going to play around with the Tau because I think I have a pretty effective strategy to do, especially when the points are allocated on your turn, which is what happens with the Tau. This is a strategic command objective with an 80-point target, 8-turn limit. So I think this is going to work out pretty well, so we'll see if my suspicion is correct. But I have 2 commanders, 2 cadre fireblades, 2 ethereals, 3 tactical drones, multiple breachers here, and 4 pathfinders with the ion rifle. I'm going to send a couple of breachers on the left side. I'm going to set guys up on this overpass here to be able to shoot that objective, and then hopefully my drones can fly down there because they have the hovering ability to just annoy the shit out of the enemy forces. And then I'll have other guys with breachers and pathfinders to hold down this right side. Now, unfortunately, I'm 1 square short from being able to capture this point over here, but we'll split these forces over, and then I will set you there to try to buff these guys. The ethereal is here. I haven't done enough matches. In fact, I don't think I've done any real matches with the ethereal since they've been nerfed into the ground. I'm definitely very happy that they were nerfed. But it may have gone a little bit too far because they gave the stone actually a buff, but then it takes 2 action points. So I'm actually a little worried that they may actually not be that viable anymore, and they may not actually really be taken very often. They may, what I think is going to happen is maybe people will bring 1, and then they'll make him like the commander or the HQ unit, and everybody else is then I think what players are gonna do is just spend those points to bring some breachers along and some other units that are probably going to be more cost effective, or maybe even another fireblade to be able to get more marker lights. I just think there's going to be lots of other things that can be done. So because I'm player 2, the points are allocated on my turn. So what I'm planning on doing is just annoying the shit out of him by capturing this point over and over again with my drones. Now, one thing that may not be good for me though, excuse me, is when I get these Overwatch shots, they end up getting that Unstoppable Fury or whatever it's called, and that gives them increased evasion. So it may not actually be good for me to always have Overwatch there unless it's with the Pathfinders, because as you can see, those drones are really not doing much. Now, I didn't see really any movement of the Auspex on the right side of the screen here, so I'm a little confused because I've never seen a player not try to fight for that spot. So I'm skeptical that he's not going to have anybody over here to try to kill it. Now this is a 75% chance to hit. We'll put some marker lights on here. I don't want to really waste my overcharge on this, so we'll just shoot these guys like this and pull you back, and then you can come up here and you should be able to get the kill here. Okay. Alright. Oh, he's just barely alive. So we'll shoot here. He's down. Now, because the points are being allocated on my turn, I should be able to just come over here and capture the point. Now, I was going to push over to the left here, but I was hearing a Bloodthirster over there. So even though the breachers are really good at taking out Bloodthirsters, what I don't want is for him to be able to fly over in these guys' face, because if he locks them down into melee, they're just screwed, and then this whole side's going to collapse. So what I'm going to do instead is just pull these guys back, set up their Overwatch, and then have them come over here, and then if he jumps them, then hopefully my units can come over here and do some additional damage to him. So what I'm going to do is just bring you down to here. Let's see, so he's got a Demon Prince, he's got Alright, you can just shoot into these guys, I guess, the bloodletters. Let's drop you here. He's got the soul grinder. Honestly, I think I should just be able to kill him. He seems to have a lot of points tied up over here in the center. So maybe he really doesn't have much over here. Let's move you guys down here. You should be protected from the skull cannons because we just don't want to have skull cannons shooting you. You should be in cover to help protect against the soul grinders attacking you. And if he's not going to be sending guys over here, I think what I'm going to do is I'll just do dual breachers with the commander here. Because I don't know if he's going to have another bloodthirster over here. I'll keep an ethereal here. And then I'm just going to bring you back this way. Because you have such good range. And then I wonder... I just can't believe he's not going to have somebody come over here and attack me. So let's just keep you over here, but we'll start shifting a little bit to the left here. In case the Auspex is lying to me.
What troubles you? Awaiting instructions.
And then I'll just bring the commander up here to set up some overwatches in case he decides to jump you. Now I do have this breacher here. So maybe I'll just shift you over this way in case he decides to advance on me. Because I assume he's going to have two bloodthirsters. And then I'm also worried that the skull cannon is going to shoot into these guys, so I'm going to shift them over to the right side here. And then, because I just need to slowly use them to advance forward to capture points. Because I should be able to just always get 5 points more than he does. Alright, so they're doing the Unstoppable Fury. Alright, so he's starting to do the mass summoning. Which is reasonable. Sounds like he's got blood crutchers over here, so maybe he is going to send some guys over to the right side. He's got another soul grinder over here. You can hear the bloodthirster. This is problematic because the soul grinder is going to be sniping out my breachers every turn.
They may yet be convinced of the truth of our words.
Yeah, so he must have blood masters and things over there too, because it's just he's summoning more and more forces.
Targets outside the visual range. Nothing shall stand against us.
Alright. So, now that I'm pretty convinced he doesn't have anybody coming from this side over here, other than maybe a single blood crusher, I'm going to start shifting you guys to the
They will not get through this way. Pushing forward.
left side here.
Wherever I am needed.
Now I doubt you're going to be able to fly over there and capture that point from him. So I guess we'll just slowly keep going here.
Awaiting instructions.
We'll put the marker lights on.
Ready for orders.
And
To the front line.
if I move you up here, you should be able to increase the amount of shots that you're doing. do something like this. And then the breachers can come up and get buffed. Those pathfinders are still behind, unfortunately.
I am here.
If I move you up here, I should be able to give some HP.
Will not hinder you.
Oh, I forgot that takes 2 AP now. God dang it.
Troubles you.
Should have given the evasion instead.
Cut them down.
Alright, let's shoot here. And we'll bring the pathfinders here. And you can shoot here. So he's dead.
Pathfinder team on.
Pull you back.
Pathfinder team on.
You're over here. And I think what I'll do is I'll just set you up on Overwatch there.
Confirmed.
And now you can come over here and capture this point again.
Awaiting instructions.
I am here.
I will slow them down. I will slow them down.
Alright.
How can I assist? Establishing fire.
Set up some Overwatches. You can Overwatch there. Ironically, your Overwatch is better at this angle here than it is on that elevated position. Alright, so you should be able to get over here and not get blown up. There's the Overwatch. Yeah, he's got a lot of very heavy armor units here. So unless he decides to start sacrificing these guys by body blocking me, I'm just going to keep doing this to him for another turn or two. So this must be annoying the shit out of him.
What troubles you?
Alright, let's bring the drones down here so they're in cover. And then you'll be able to capture that point the next turn. If I bring you here, this should put you in full cover. Because now I gotta run from these other soul grinders too.
They will not get through this way.
We'll put you there in case the Bloodthirster comes for you.
They will not get
And
through
we'll
this way.
put you there in case he jumps you. Alright, so again, we're slowly creeping up ahead of him by getting 5 points extra every turn.
Movement ahead.
Alright, that's working. He's definitely sending the forces over for me. Soul Grinders don't have any splash with their attacks, so they're not actually that good at killing these guys. Now the Demon Prince certainly will be able to kill things, unfortunately. Makes sense, but... Alright, so he's going to bring the Soul Grinder over. Ah, they've got the unstoppable thing too. Okay, I didn't remember that being a case. So now he's going to have quite a bit of evasion, unfortunately. Alright, he's bringing those guys over. He's keeping forces back here. I think what he's assuming is I have some stealth teams that I'm trying to ninja cap, I think is what he's probably worried about. I can hear the Bloodthirster stomping around on the left side of the map here. Yeah, now you can actually hear them.
I serve the greater good. Ready for orders. We serve the
So it's like, how do I want to do this? It's like, I need to buff all of your guys' fire. So I'm going to do this. And I'm going to need to guarantee some shots because I have to take out this soul grinder. So we're going to do the overcharge. Good. Now you have to be very careful with the overcharge because you're never sure quite how it's going to work out for you. Because it's like if you it's usually going to be somewhere between 1 and 3 guys injured, and if the same guy overcharges twice, then he's going to die. So you do have to be careful when you're overcharging things. Now it's a 3-turn cooldown, so I kind of hate to waste this here, but he's going to be attacking me, and he's going to be using these guys to get the kill. So we might as well just finish it off now before he uses it to start blocking my progress forward. And now unfortunately these guys staying over here to being able to capture are becoming unfeasible as well because of all those bloodletters that are coming over there. So I'm kind of boxing myself into a corner, unfortunately. I'll bring you here. You can start stacking those evasions. And we're going to pull you back to there because there's not a whole lot you can be doing here.
Ready for orders.
Now, if I move you down to here, you should be able to capture this point. He's shooting into you. Your evasion is paying off. Now you only got a 41% chance to hit. He's got 9 armor, 6 armor. So you can just go ahead and shoot into him. Now because we're getting so short, or we're going to be short on probes because this is the last one that we're going to have, I'm going to move one of these breachers down here. So he'll be able to capture that point, and then I can follow it up with that's kind of a bummer. I was planning on you guys being able to shoot. I guess that's not the case. Because I'll then have commanders that I can run down there to try to body block. And then if nobody's coming over here, I think we just need to bring some of these breachers over here too to keep our line going with these caps here. Because he still has a ton of forces. And he's probably going to get one more mass summoning before the end of the match.
Nothing shall stand against us.
Since we're going so slow.
Moving to position.
What troubles you?
I serve the greater good.
With points, because we're only got 1 point ahead of him.
What do you need?
I think I actually want to move you over one more, because that should put you in cover, because otherwise I'm worried he's going to just shoot into you when he starts to get around the corner there. So we're slowly getting our 5 points ahead. He's doing the charge, makes perfect sense. He's taking that. Now I don't think he used the damage reduction there.
Hostiles detected.
Okay, so he's starting to come in with flesh hounds.
Movement ahead.
He's got blood crushers. Bloodletters are there. I can hear the bloodthirster coming. Yeah, see, he's almost on top of me here. This might be a problem.
Hostiles detected.
Yeah, see, those guys are almost on me too. Maybe this was too passive of a play. Ah, there's another one down.
Detected. Target
question is can I hold the line? I think I can because he's not swarming me up the center. He's trying to pace himself.
They may yet be convinced of the truth of our words.
And as long as he keeps pacing himself like this, I should be able to take it.
We serve the greater good.
Alright, let's volley.
Nothing shall stand against us.
If I jump you over here, you can flame those bloodletters. And that might force him to start aggroing me.
Ready for orders.
I am here.
Ready for orders.
Well, how do I want to do this?
Wherever I am needed.
Maybe I move you over here,
Pushing forward.
bring you there. Let's get the bonus HP. We'll move you up to here.
Moving to position.
You can come over this way. And then you can flame here.
Kill them all.
And my hope is that this will aggro some of his forces to want to come over and fight me in the center. And not necessarily on the left side there, or I'm going to get overwhelmed.
What do you need? Make every shot
Can do
count.
volley fire. And we'll probably need to move one of the breachers down here, right?
Pushing
Let's
forward.
move a breacher over here, because we're going to have to fight for the center. You're here. I can get you the guaranteed hit.
Nowhere to go, even before they do.
Alright, good. He's almost dead now.
Ready for orders.
If I move you to here, you should be able to capture the point and be able to shoot into that cannon. Perhaps I should have attacked with these guys first, because they probably would have done significant damage to the
Clear them out.
skull cannon, and maybe I wouldn't have had to waste that ability. Alright, so you took that back from him again. You're here.
I will slow
Let's set
them
up
down.
the Overwatch. If I move you down there, you're going to be at range, and I don't want him to be able to charge through.
Wherever I am
Let's
needed.
move you over one. Pull you back.
Awaiting instructions.
I hate that that big tentacle thing is here, because it's just blocking my ability to
They will not get through this way.
shoot from range here.
As you wish.
If I do that, then if he tries to capture the point, you can do this.
We serve the greater good.
We can pull the cadre back.
Wherever I am
Pull the ethereals back.
Awaiting instructions.
See, what I don't necessarily want is for him to be able to shoot you.
Execute the
Let's
mark
do
out.
something like that.
We serve the greater good.
Let's move you here.
Awaiting instructions.
Move you there. You can shoot here.
Establishing fire zone.
And I guess we'll just move you forward.
How can I assist?
Nothing shall stand against us.
And you can come here, assuming he's going to kill somebody.
What do you need?
Now, the Soul Grinder is going to be able to shoot into those breachers. I don't really like that very much. Let's put you here. I wonder if he only has one Bloodthirster. That'd be very unusual, but with how many forces he has here, that may actually be what's occurring. And that would also explain why he's not attacking me on the left side here, or the right side. I feel like I should be pulling these guys back because I'm about to get totally overwhelmed. If I haven't heard Blood Crushers moving there, if they are, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to pull you guys back one more, because that should stop the Soul Grinders from being able to attack you. We'll do this. Alright, I think the Flesh Hounds will still be able to attack me with their charge attack. Alright, so we're up to 65. So as long as I can hold 3 points this turn, I should be able to win. Alright, he's using the charge with his Skull Cannon. Makes perfect sense. He's bringing Soul Grinders up. They should get the kill. Yep. Alright, he's using you to capture the point. Pulling you forward. Yeah, see, now he's starting to get the idea, like, fuck, I gotta be body blocking this or he's gonna get me. He's doing another mass summoning. Yep, yep. Okay, this is what he should have done earlier to stop me from being able to take advantage of the situation. Yep, so here these guys come. Oh, that was abysmal. Is this guy gonna soak up all of my Overwatch and not even get killed? Alright, he's coming over here. They're charging over. Okay. That's kind of more what I was expecting to see with my Breacher's Overwatch. Okay. There those guys go. Just taking that. Soul Grinder's moving up. Oh, he's using all of his movement to summon. Oh no. Is he going to summon here too? He is. Oh man. This is going to cost him the game, I think, as long as I can kill these guys and capture those points. Yeah, had he been just moved forward. Yeah, see, now he's starting to get it. So he's like, fuck, I got a body block. Yep, yep, okay. Now he's starting to do what I was expecting him to do. Alright, so how am I going to figure out this situation? Because now I'm in trouble. I think I just need to focus on killing the guys that are blocking my spots. I also really want to take out the Bloodthirster, because I think he's going to be my main issue here. So let's bring you over. That'll be Volley Fire. Everybody's got Volley Fire now. You should be able to kill these guys. Yeah, it's so stupid. Alright, so you've killed those guys. Your 3 models. Now I could take out the Soul Grinder, but they're actually not the main issue here. If I get you over here, your chance to hit is 95. Might as well just make it as high as possible. You're still getting the buff. Ah, shit. The one that got overcharged before died, so I just lost units. I think I need to just continue to guarantee this.
Wherever I am needed.
Let's get you your bonus health, because I need you to tank. I also need to guarantee some stuff over here, because if I can kill this, then I might be able to get over there with my commander. Okay. So if that's the case, let's do Marker Light. Let's overcharge. Shoot here. Yep, not great damage, but that's because he's got the brass going. So if I move you here, you should be able to kill the skull cannon. Okay, good. Now, can you run through 2 zone of controls without getting suppressed? I think you can because the blood crusher sucks so bad. I could try to kill one of them. Don't let me down. Okay, good.
Is that your best?
Good. Alright. Nice. Now, we've got that. Alright, we're back over here. So, I just think I need to kill this bloodthirster. So let's kill the bloodthirster. I'm going to overcharge. Please don't kill my guys. Okay, only one of them died. Alright. I'm not sure that's actually working out great for me. I can run you over here and flame all those guys.
Thrusters engaged.
I can also just jump here. Alright, let's run you up here. Oh, you didn't have anybody take it. Alright, well he's gonna die now. Alright, good. So I didn't suffer any overcharge. That's one thing that does suck about the Tau, is again, you're doing RNG rolls there. So had I suffered lots of overwatches there, then I wouldn't have been able to kill him and I would have lost more models. So let's flame here.
Kill them all.
Okay, good. Now I could just kill this guy. But honestly, I think
Moving to position.
I can just come take it. Alright. That just guaranteed my victory.
Consider it done.
Alright, and you're still here.
We serve the greater good.
So I guess let's just kill the Flesh Hound. And
To the front line.
What troubles you?
you've still got some attacks. Our other breacher team is over here. Let's just move you over here.
Ready for orders.
In case something unexpected happens. But I don't think it's going to.
Ready for orders.
And I kind of feel like we should just move you up and over one to attack these blood crushers. So stupid. Alright,
How can I assist?
that's just such crazy damage output. Alright, he's down. Now,
Pushing forward.
we'll move you here,
Ready for
and that should
orders.
help protect the Pathfinders. I've still got you here. I could have summoned a missile attack had I needed it, but I don't think I do. Because it should just bring me victory, right? Because it's 5 points, it's 65, so I should pretty much just have guaranteed victory now. Might as well just flame him again. And he's almost 50% dead. We'll protect your rear. We'll pull you back to here.
Will not fail.
I am here.
Awaiting instructions.
Alright. Nice. I think that's victory.
This will bring us closer to it.
Boom. Alright, so that worked out well for us here. really an annoying strategy. Really only works well if you're player 2. But that's one of the things you can do that's really annoying on this map. And you can do something very similar if you're playing with the Necrons and then you're using the Heavy Locust Destroyers and the, is it Deathmark Assassin? Some of those real aggressive range units. You could probably also do it with some Immortals with the Gauss Cannon up there too, or even the Annihilation Barge, because you'll have so much range and then just totally annoy the shit out of your opponent. And then the bonus with the Necrons is they have the Living Lightning, so then if they start trying to blob up down there, then you can just do the Living Lightning attacks with some of them too. And then instead of the probes, you'd be using it with the Scarabs. You could do, sometimes some players do something similar with the Space Marines as well, with land speeders, which can be real obnoxious. But for them, usually you're just using jump Marines to get there as well. So I thought, I was playing an opponent and I thought about doing this, and I'm like, I bet this would work out pretty well, and it did. For feedback from my opponent, I mean, you clearly are good with the Chaos Forces. You were just a little too passive, and it's not because you were just not doing things. This map has such narrow corridors that it really does not work well for the Forces of Chaos when you have to do this timed mission here, because you're sitting there running through all those areas, you're getting jam-packed and roadblocked in because you have units that have variable movement. You did put a lot of points into your Soul Grinders. I suspect that's because you were expecting me to do a Riptide build, because I've been seeing a lot of Tau players doing that now with the 5 movement for the hit and run, and then the Soul Grinders are actually pretty good at anti-armor ranged units. But once you see a player starting to do this to you, you need to just flood the center, especially if you are playing, say, the Forces of Chaos, because you can stop me from being able to get in there, especially with all of your units, because I won't be able to have the damage output. The big thing is you'll just want to make sure you're not doing it with a bunch of Bloodletters or Flesh Hounds, things like that, where I can just run down with my commander and then start flaming everybody. So for that aspect, it comes to the luck of the draw about what you summon. Now, you could also do a little hit and run with the Demon Princes as well, doing some overwatches and things there. But with your Soul Grinder, you needed to get him in there and jump me, because I suspect there probably would have been a couple of occasions where you would have caught those breachers out in the open, and you would have been able to just completely slaughter them and force my hand to be more aggressive, because once those 2 breachers disappeared, I wouldn't have been able to keep running back and forth here, and it would have forced me to really start to engage you. And instead of putting those forces into sniping guys in the center, I would have had to address the Bloodletter, because I didn't want him to get in and start killing things, because yes, he may miss that first attack, which is absolutely devastating when that happens. You always want to make sure that you're not going to get suppressed on the charge in as well, because that just feels terrible when that happens. And because he doesn't have a lot of armor, that is a risk for you getting suppressed when you're jumping. And then because you summoned a lot of these Skull Cannons, I assume you didn't start out with them, that you summoned them in, because you can use their damage reduction and just the amount of health that they have, and then you can do some shots as well from range. Now, they're one of the few artillery pieces that when you attack on your turn, they have a big splash attack, but then when they're on Overwatch, they don't get the splash attack. I don't like that myself. I think they thought, oh, it's just going to be too powerful, but that's how other artillery pieces are. So I don't like this picking and choosing situation, like, oh, well, we're going to have the Canoness have her full attack when she attacks, or the Thornback have the full attack, but the Bloodthirster is going to have this little limpdick kick thing that does 40 damage, and then he just gets slaughtered. So I kind of wish they had their regular attack for the counter attack instead of having to guess which one has what, because especially for newer players, it makes it very hard for them to gauge what's going to happen when you're getting into these battles. It would also make it much more difficult to just do the fallback action and make it really increase the strength of melee units, because then if you're trying to run away or you're trying to run through a zone of control, the suppression rates would be, I suspect, much higher, because you'd be doing a lot of melee damage, a lot of splash damage, and I think those things would all contribute into getting actively suppressed. But that's pure hypothesis and just my speculation here. But yeah, you should have just rush the center here with all those forces, because then I wouldn't have been able to kill enough of them to be able to get in there and capture that point, and that would have forced my hand to have to either start coming down towards you with my breachers, in which case you would have had opportunities to start doing the charge attacks with your skull cannons or the blood crushers like you got to do over here, or your charge attacks with your flesh hounds. Likewise, you totally abandoned the right side of the map. That wasn't particularly wise, because then it just gave me the opportunity to be able to get over there and hold those points, and then eventually, once I realized you weren't coming, spend those forces back. And not only did that leave me an advantage to be able to focus my attention, which is what the Tau want to do, is set up alleys of fire so they can just kill you with their really high damage output. But then, because you didn't know what was going on the right side of the map, you were scared I was going to have stealth teams come and capture your rear point. So I think you had some forces. I don't know how many, if it was just one body blocking that or not, but the Auspex kept signaling back there that you had units. So I suspect because you didn't know what was going on the right side of the map, you thought forces were coming there too, kind of like what I was assuming you were going to have coming for me. And but you just didn't redeploy them quick enough. So that's what I mean when I say you were just a little too passive. And to be honest, I don't know if maybe a lot of players haven't used a strategy like this. That's this slow trickle death technique here with your hover units on this elevated position. And this is one of the reasons I hate this map, is because the person who's in player 1 gets to start at the top, or player 1 or player 2 I guess it is, gets to start at the top. They get the points on their turn, and they get the elevation advantage. So it's a very lopsided map. And then because they have all these cliffs and things at an angle, it blocks your ranged units, and some cliffs are full cover and other cliffs aren't full cover, and the game's not very good at signaling when you're in full cover and when you're not. So it gets to be very frustrating, because there's obstacles you think are full cover but they're not. Like if you're coming in on the right side of the screen, there's those cliffs there, and if you get next to them on the right, then you're going to be in full cover. But on the left there's a cliff face there, but that's not full cover, and they can still shoot you if you're there. So it's just like, damn, it just pisses you off not being real clear on what's cover and what's not. But especially when it came to that last turn, I think you were like, okay, I finally know I'm going to be body blocking things. He's not going to be able to get past me. So had you done what you did on the last turn earlier, I think there's a good chance I might have lost this map, especially using this technique, because I was banking on you just kind of taking your time once I saw how you deployed, and allowing me to take advantage of the situation for an easy win. Now I could have definitely cost myself the game by using those overcharges multiple times, so you really got to be careful with that. So just things to think about while you're playing. The main thing for this tournament is I wanted to see how the Tau feel with the changes. I mean, I think definitely the Ethereal doesn't feel very good right now. He definitely needs to be nerfed. I would not want him to go back to how he was at all, because it just makes the Tau not fun. They still have some balancing issues, but they nerfed him into the ground, and so now he's almost like barely a viable option. So I'm going to play more matches with him, because I don't have a strong feeling with it yet. I don't feel that I've done enough matches with him with these nerfs yet to give a solid recommendation. But I definitely see that some subscribers are very angry at me for always rallying against the Tau, even though they're like one of my favorite factions. So it's not because I hate them. It's just it doesn't feel good when you're playing against them, and I have had so many opponents rage quit on me because they just get tabled so easily. So I wish there was like a little bit of balancing, but I think a lot of people like me were just very unhappy with Ethereal, and they're like, fine, we hear you, and they just nerfed them into the ground. So I really wish that it only took one action point. You could double stack those for one turn and then have a couple turn cooldown, so you couldn't do it every turn. So I think it's reasonable to have like a three turn cooldown on the stone ability, and then 2 turns on the evasion, and I think that's reasonable. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I still got to do more matches before I can give a formal recommendation on that. But I think that's probably where I'm going to land on that one. And the breachers still seem broken. I mean, the fact that 3 of them were sniping out soul grinder or soul crusher, blood crushers, and the damage they can do is just unbelievable, and it just doesn't feel good, especially on a melee force like this. Now if you would have locked me down, then they couldn't have gotten damage, but I don't know, they just feel like they're a little too overtuned for what they are with their little magic sparkle shotguns that they have. So thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.